How's it going, everybody? Crazy here. I'm back again with another reaction. This is actually something that I haven't watched in a very long while. The Epic Rap Battles of History saga. I actually got into this probably around 2012 when they first got started. Fell in love with the concept of it, and they've had some pretty good bangers. A lot of good rap battles between fictional and non-fictional characters throughout history. Um, I believe the number one video for them is still Darth Vader versus Adolf Hitler. But this one caught my eye because I haven't gotten into the ERB series in a very long time. And so I just saw on my feed George Carlin versus Richard Pryor, which really struck interest in me, which I've never seen this video before. But George Carlin is one of my favorite stand-up comedians. If anything, George Carlin is actually one of the inspirations that I have for doing stuff on YouTube on a completely different channel. And I was like, I have to see this because I love George Carlin, and Richard Pryor in his own right is also a legend in stand-up comedy. I gotta see where these guys come from. And like the only time that I think I've ever seen these two do a collaboration in entertainment was the movie Car Wash that came out in the mid to late 70s. You could tell because of all the bell bottoms. But George Carlin didn't even have a major role in it. However, George Carlin was so fucking popular that he actually made the cover, or they remade the cover so that way it showed Richard Pryor and George Carlin on the cover of the movie. So this is going to be interesting. I'm wondering if that's going to be referenced in this because that's what the Epic Rap Battles guys do is they actually do their history, they do their research on each character and use it together, which is always fun. So enough of me talking, let's get into it. That era.
Here we go, it's George Carlin. I'm a mad dog's darling. I was born in the Bronx and brought up in Harlem. I'm jumping, spitting bars and getting crowds hardy harring. While you're the least threatening black dude since Carlton. Now,
Yeah, that's actually a true thing. This is exactly what I was talking about, where they do their research. George Carlin has actually talked about his history. He said he was born in New York County, New York City, and New York State. Plus, he was also born at New York Hospital on East 63rd Street. But here's the capper. You want to know where he was conceived? Rockaway Beach, on in a hotel on Beach 131st called Curly's Hotel. So, and he mentioned this in his 2001 stand-up that happened just after 9/11. So I love the fact that they do this type of stuff. Now, oh shit, they're about to get into the seven dirty words. And when I giggled and I said, "Oh, it's this era of George Carlin," I recognize this era of George Carlin when he came out with his stand-up performance for his "You Are All Diseased" tour, which is actually the CD, the stand-up, the album that came out in 1999. That was the first real introduction that I had to George Carlin's stand-up. Not when he was Rufus in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but that specific stand-up, to a point where I had like the first 3 or 4 tracks of the CD version completely memorized word for word. Yeah, I'm a sucker for George. And looking at the facial structure right here, the mannerisms that he has, like this is actually like George Carlin throughout his entire history of comedy. Like he did a good blend of physical comedy, like with his mannerisms and with the way that he pronunciated things, his his love and passion for complete and utter non-censorship, his dark humor, everything about George Carlin, you know, like I fell in love with Carlin. But yeah, just like going back to this, like the way that he moves definitely emulates how George Carlin would move when he performed his stand-up.
Carlin, I'm a mad dog's darling. I was born in the Bronx and brought up in Harlem. I'm doping, spitting bars and getting crowds hardy harring. While you're the least threatening black dude since Carlton. Now,
damn.
Words you can't say on a TV set. Well, this is the pissin' fucking cutting internet. Fucking grits on the tips, non-stop and brain droppings like my witch got the shit.
Yes. Yes. Like everything about this is fucking excellent. Yes, nice Peter, dude. Like you did very good with this.
The call is Pryor. I'm doo-doo on you constantly. No pauses in my punchlines, no commas in my comedy.
Yep, definite with shit jokes.
Man serves you with a stand-up or cut you can't counter. Damn, wilder than Gene when I'm killing the beat. You're steady.
Oh, damn! He just fucking smacked on Gene Wilder.
Taking second place. That's a silver streak.
Any rap battles with you, I'll be winning them. Your style's like 2 drinks is the minimum. It's your boy from Peoria, Illinois. One hand on my mic, one hand on my groin. Cause ain't no set tighter in this whole damn game. Even the shit that I spit off the top. Flames.
Oh shit.
You tell a joke and people go, that's funny. My mama was a prostitute.
Oh damn.
And the brothel seen some shit, but not as awful as your haircut debacle.
Damn, dude, like so far all that George Pryor, or not George Pryor, what the fuck? The only thing that I've been seeing Richard Pryor do is basically downplay George Carlin's fucking comedic style and just being like, yes, quite witty. No, bro, like I fucking died laughing.
Original brother, to give the scene some color. The most iconic
Oh.
stand out, you forgot the cause and you
Oh God, why? 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 Why did my fucking camera die? My camera can't stand to this epicness. Oh my goodness. Why did they have to fucking bring up Cosby? No. No. What? Why?
know it's a mistake. I eat MC for breakfast like they made a chocolate cake.
And I'm not laughing because that's funny. I'm laughing because of how cringe that joke is. Like, if you don't know, Bill Cosby, before he got into giving people Rohypnol, he had a very PG comedy stand-up, and he hated how Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy would do the performances and stuff. Like, Eddie Murphy actually talked about that. And if they're bringing up Bill Cosby in this 2-man rap battle, who the fuck else are they going to bring up?
I'm raised. What's wrong with Blair? If somebody put something in my pudding.
No! Oh my God!
And what in my sleeve? You put something in the pudding.
Like the mannerisms that they have for fucking Bill Cosby is totally on point, because that's how he would fucking do me the battle, my wife Camille, you know, so like that is fucking Bill Cosby, dude. And he definitely sounds like he's about ready to fucking pass out, to bleeble blabble. All the fucking times. Oh shit, I'm just reading the captions. Joan Rivers. Shit. Who are you wearing?
Oh, shut up, you stupid son of a bitch. You know you blew it. I'd have attacked you two first, but your hearts beat me to it.
Oh, damn. At the time, I think Joan Rivers was still alive, and George Carlin died in like 2008. Richard Pryor, I think, before that. Like, George Carlin died in his sleep. And then they gave him the fucking humanitarian award or a Pulitzer Prize or something like that for his stand-up performances and stuff like that. Like, they couldn't fucking give him like a lifetime achievement award, or I can't remember what they fucking gave him posthumously. But it was for his 7 dirty words you can't say on television and his fight against censorship, which is interesting now because George Carlin is rolling in his fucking grave right now because of everything that's going on in America. Everybody canceling each other because they're all feelings. You know what I'm talking about.
But you can't be here. You're making people nervous. So let me end you real quick like I was Hannibal Buress.
Oh!
You were just like your sweater. Monstrous. The men that I slept with only wish they were unconscious. My 6 jokes, you're on the sex offender registry.
Oh!
Is that state penitentiary?
Oh, damn. Like, Joan Rivers, very, very teeny fucking... Very fucking teeny, but very fucking brutal. Like, if you ever watched her stand-up roast, like the roast of Joan Rivers, oh my god, like she got fucking feral with everybody.
Enough with the roofies, let me move on to Rufus. My joke.
Oh, I knew that they were gonna do a Bill and Ted reference. Damn.
Always had bite, you started out toothless. And you just kept talking, you wouldn't shut up. Honestly, I'm glad you died. 14 specials was enough. And
No, it wasn't. As a George Carlin fan, I wanted more. But, you know, like, he does them every 2.5 years, and then, like, he would end up on HBO. Like, the only reason why I would want to have HBO at that point.
Richard, can we talk? Can I call you Dick like your 5th wife did when you remarried your 6th? At this point,
Oh!
I'm more plastic than flesh, but my Tupperware body couldn't keep your wraps fresh.
I think my pudding.
So don't throw down with ripples. That was too relentless. I haven't thrashed the
Oh, shit. What the fuck? She hit Bill Cosby with a lamp. Like the look on his face. Whoever is doing this impression of Bill Cosby is fucking fantastic at it. Like, he's got the whole mannerisms down and everything. Hold on, let me get back to that. At this point, I've got more plastics than flesh.
But my Tupperware body couldn't keep your wraps fresh.
I think my pudding.
So don't throw down with ripples. The flow is too relentless. I haven't thrashed celebrities this bad since The Apprentice. I'm closing this battle.
Oh, damn.
The only place I'm in the middle is on Hollywood Square.
Good morning, movie bomb. Nice shoulder pads, chief.
Oh, shit.
For some comic relief.
Oh, God. Robin Williams, my second favorite comedian. Of course he had to come out of the lamp like that because Aladdin reference, and now being played by Epic Lloyd, who's also pretty fucking hilarious.
Oh, Carlin, my Carlin, what can I say about you? If I don't think you've had a good shit since 1962. Mortgage backwards, and Joan, you must too. 80 years old, but that nose looks brand new, now new. Yo, Pryor, that Pryor makes a good shampoo. Left you running down the street like, oh no!
A Mrs. Doubtfire reference, like, dude, like, all of these different fucking references is just incredible.
Comedy ain't easy. I've played plenty of dumps, and believe me, we've all hit plenty of bumps. But now I got the flubber flow. I don't get the club jumping. You got second-hand raps. Found him Goodwill hunting. Got more hair on my arms than a Manji. And I'll finish this battle like it's Jumanji.
Damn.
Have a friend like me. Thanks, folks. That's my time. Gotta set myself free.
Oh, damn, that's great. That's great. Okay, so, like, some of these, you know, obviously the one on the bottom, behind the captions, it says George Carlin and Richard Pryor. Up on the top left, George Carlin versus Robin Williams versus Richard Pryor versus Bill Cosby. And then Louis C.K. versus Jerry Seinfeld featuring George Carlin, Richard Pryor, and Joan Rivers. And I honestly think that this is actually a very good bunch with these 5 characters, having George Carlin, Robin Williams, Richard Pryor, Bill Cosby, and Joan Rivers up in there. I think the biggest joke on it, out of all of it, was probably Bill Cosby because of the "there's something in my pudding," which sounds like something that would be said exactly like Bill Cosby would say. Nevertheless, I think that this was actually a pretty good one. Lots of good laughs in this one. And like I said, this is one thing that I really like about Epic Rap Battles of History is that they do their research on all of the characters that they decide to put together, and they do their mannerisms very, very well, which I really enjoy how much epic dedication that they put into these. You can tell why these guys have so many damn subscribers. And it's just like these have been fun over the last few years. Over the last decade, I should say. These have always been fun to watch. And it got to a point where it's like no longer just 2 people. They'll include more if need be, just to keep the story fresh. I love this type of shit. And this was actually very funny, so gotta give it to the ERB for this shit. But I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I've got more coming, and also check out my merch store. I've got some merch in my store. Yeah. All right, I'm out of here. You guys have a good one. Deuces.